Shalom, Akim. I want to start out by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and our apostles of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. Salutations to the hopeful elect that's around the four corners of the earth, and also the brothers that teach his word in sincerity. This is the brother Iwan Lamia from GMS Chicago, coming back at you with another lesson on basically entitled it, agreeing with your adversaries quickly. Because, I was scrolling through, TikTok or whatnot, dealing with folly, but, I seen this video, basically, you had these Northern Kingdom Jakes, more than likely of the Northern Kingdom, basically going back and forth with the police officer. The moral or lesson being, you have to agree with your adversary quickly, because these Jakes need to understand that the enemy holds the power in this current age. So I'm gonna play the video. I'm gonna jump into some precepts, because two-thirds of our people, they don't use wisdom.
Yes, I'm not getting out of the car. Let me see a camera.
Step out of the car now.
For what reason, sir?
Because you're being detained right now.
Why am I being detained?
I'm not debating this through the window. Step out of the car, I'll break your window and drag you out. I don't want to do that. You have a choice here.
Can you hear them?
You have a choice. You either open the door or I break your window and pull you out. It's your choice.
Yes.
You got about 5 seconds. 4, 3.
You need to slow down before you get a lawsuit, sir. You're gonna get a lawsuit, sir. He's about to break my window. He just broke my window. He just broke my window with all my children in the car. Record. I have glass all over me. Wow. Quiet. Wow.
See, when Jacob's trouble go down, there's going to be a lot of Jakes, because Jakes don't know when to shut up, like I said, the moral of the lesson is, agreeing with your adversary quickly, because they have the power and you don't, and at the same time, Jake is under curses. 2/3 of our people don't use wisdom, because if this, Jake would have used wisdom, she probably would have been on her way, her and her kids, or her and her family, because when you get into these scriptures, it talks about having wisdom and things like that, because wisdom, having wisdom is very important, and like I said before, if this person had wisdom, she would have known whatever the police officer say. But it's a balance and everything. But like I said before, you have to agree with your adversary quickly.
God, you shut up. I'm not resisting. I'm not resisting. Get my glasses again. I'm not resisting. I'm not resisting. Get your head off my neck. I can't breathe.
You can breathe.
No, I can't.
Relax.
Are you recording this? Yes. Look at my legs. Look at mommy. Record. Look at my face. Record my face.
Back up.
Record my face. Let go. See,
Back up.
why are you grabbing me? No, back up. Back up.
Back up. Take her in the car.
No, back up.
Put her in the car.
Don't touch me.
Back up.
Don't touch me.
Then back up.
No, you just choked me.
Nobody's...
Yeah.
And you see right here that Jake is steady going back and forth with the police officer,
You did.
You want to go too?
I want to go. I'm 15. You got a problem here?
Okay, we
don't
can take
care?
you to jail, right? We can take you to jail too.
Oh, really?
I don't want to do that.
You just choked my sister. I'm the one that's going to go to jail?
You just choked me.
Ma'am, I pushed
No.
Okay, don't yell at me.
No. Don't tell her not to yell. You just choked my sister.
Okay.
And you're not going to tell me that I want to go too. I'm 15 years old. You got a problem with me? Go ahead and handle it.
Listen, okay?
Well, with that being said, I'm going to jump into some precepts, This is what's going to cause a lot of Jake's death, when Jacob's trouble arises, A lot of our people are going to die in vain, because a lot of our people don't know how to use wisdom. And most important, a lot of our people don't know how to shut up, So this is the book of Matthew 5:25. Agree with thine adversary quickly. These other nations are our adversaries, starting with Esau, Edom, which is the simple, plain white man. Agree with thine adversaries quickly while thou art in the way with him, lest at any time the adversary deliver thee to the judge. And that's what's more than likely what's going to happen to that Jake. Finna be sent, to a court of law for, resisting arrest, or however they put it, you know. The adversary delivered thee to the judge, and the judge delivered thee to the officer, and thou be cast into prison, you know. And that's what, causes a lot of Jake's death, because what, they don't know how to agree with thine adversary. Jake feels like they need to have the last laugh, to make themselves feel better, But like I said before, this is what causes a lot of Jake's death. Not knowing how to agree with thine adversary, not knowing how to use wisdom and how to walk. This is the book of Matthew 10 and 16. Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. And we know that sheep is one of the are some of the most harmless animals, humble animals in the world, you know. And that's how we are, when we go out in the midst of these people. But basically talking about our adversaries. Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves, right? The rest of these people are wolves, ravenous wolves. It's talking about us going, teaching the people, but it can be used for example, us, going against our adversaries, being in this case an Edomite police officer. Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. Right? That's what we got to be. We got to be humble when we're going against our enemies. We're supposed to be humble, and we're supposed to be wise. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. Right? We have to know how to walk, and basically we basically need to know how to talk to our adversaries. To basically calm the situation. But what did this Jake do? Was going back and forth with the police officer. Being loud. That's what ultimately gets you in trouble, and ultimately 9 times out of 10 gets you put to death. Luckily this Jake didn't get put to death. But ultimately, this is judgment from the Heavenly Father, because what? She didn't use wisdom. I'm going to close out with this one. This is the book of 1 Peter 5 and 8. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. Yeah, these so-called, our enemies, started with the so-called white man, which are the Edomites. They're trying to get us caught up, by doing these different things to our people, because they know it's easy to get to Jake. They're going to make you, how can I say it? They're going to make you lose your cool and different things like that, because they know, a lot of these people, especially these Edomites, they know how to get under Jake's skin. 9 times out of 10, an average Jake don't know how to use wisdom, and then 9 times out of 10, they get devoured by their enemy. Just look at things like what, George Floyd, Tamir Rice, or, these different Jakes that being killed by police officers. Ultimately it was judgment from the Heavenly Father, but at the same time, a lot of these Jakes don't use wisdom, when they out and about. And, there's going to be a lot of cause of a lot of Jake's downfall, so Lord, I hope this is edifying to the elect. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Rakapadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. Salutations to the hopeful elect that's around the four corners of the earth, and also the breast that teaches word and sincerity. Lord, I hope this is edifying, and Lord, I come back with another lesson. Shalom.